This is Pete Carroll for MMA On Point, and today I'm joined by the greatest referee in the world, Mr. Marc Goddard, who's going to take us through his 10 rituals he goes through before every single UFC event.
In charge of the action, your referee, Marc Goddard.
Marc, how are you, darling?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I feel like I'm on fire in the booth here with my lyrics prompted in front of me, just a reminder. But
do you want me to call you Stormzy?
No. Just call me Marc.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Well, the first one is actually what we said about routine. Like I said, I'm a creature of habit. I like things in order, you know.
Order! I know what I'm doing.
I like to be precise and measured, you know.
So hang on, you're talking about you get to your hotel room and you're like, right, full regiment kicks in immediately.
100%, yeah.
That's how you're a good crack at parties, are you?
I am a good crack at parties, but when I'm working. But like I said, it's just a routine I've got into over the years, and I've literally got hundreds of shirts. I've kept a lot of them too, because when I stop, I've had an idea of getting, not me, because I'm useless with like a needle and stuff, but getting a seamstress to cut all the badges out and kind of like make a patchwork. I think it'd be a pretty cool thing to do. And the second thing I had was, I think a lot about when I eat last as well.
Oh, all right.
You know, because again, depending on where we are, what time the fights are at, etc.
I was just wondering, is this in case you like need to have a shit like before you have a fight?
It's not that dramatic, no. It's more
Only
to
wheeze.
It's more to do with not feeling so bloated and full.
Had several meals and lapsed into a food coma.
The amount's a problem when I'm in Brazil, because anyone who's been to Brazil, you know, the Brazilian barbecues, it's just a constant thing. You know how it works.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the system.
They're piling it on, man.
You can't say no.
Give me more of that pineapple as well, mate. That's fucking beautiful.
At the end, yeah, the cinnamon pineapple.
Mate, I just have it in between steaks. I don't give a shit as long as it's there.
Number 3, I'm going to say hair products.
You're fabulous. I actually,
The guys
didn't
that
I say
have it.
this? I said this. I said that man's hair is perfect. Every time he's refereeing a fight, it looks immaculate.
A lot of people say, you know, I'm going to give a shout out to my barber as well. Well, both Lee and Dave from Fade. I do want to look smart. I don't want to look like I've just got out of bed. I actually use 2 products.
Ooh. See, I'm I don't have anything. Look at this.
Well, I can tell, mate. What do you use? A fucking flannel. I'll wet my hair first. I'll use a little bit of gel because it'll make the hair thinner. But I don't like my hair to go hard or, you know.
Yeah.
Is that hair gel?
So I'll use some wax on top of it. Ooh. So I use a combination
That's
of
some
products.
black belt shit right there.
Wax on, wax off.
I like to take pride in the appearance, mate.
I take pride in your appearance.
Thank you. Nobody turns up to work without their tools, and one of my tools obviously is black gloves, but I'm very particular on the type of glove too.
No way.
As you would imagine.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got
to be
that.
powder free, and they're pretty big gloves as well. It's a no-no, and like I said, I have to have a specific size too. I've got
Tiny little hands, yeah.
you see it happens.
The hands and the penis are often compared, they say. You know, if you have big hands, you have a massive...
Are they?
That's what it says. But it doesn't make any sense to me because I've got little tiny hands. I've got a massive hog.
Next one is obviously my choice of footwear, trainers.
You have lovely runners. Like outside of the...
Yeah.
You always have a
thing.
nice pair of 1s and 2s on you.
And then 1s and 2s, I like that. It was the fight between Dominic Reyes and Jared Cannonier. I reffed that fight. The UFC had given me some new shoes, but I wasn't comfortable with the size. Reyes has thrown the uppercut. He's dropped Jared. I've run in, but my shoe's stuck on the mat. Shoe come off, but I still made the stop.
Of course you did.
But you'll go back and you see me run back and get the shoe on. I have to get my own shoes.
What are the shoes?
I actually wear, funnily enough, I do wear Reebok.
Was it the classics you wear?
No, fucking hell.
Classics are deadly, man.
Come on, man. Classics, no. Number 6 is an obvious one again, but it's not as the credential.
Of course.
You know, a lot of people, obviously, you'll see us with these round our necks. The UFC issue credentials.
But mate, I have loads of credentials. What are you talking about? Me, Pete Carroll? You're telling me what a credential is? The most credentialed man in European media right now.
Yes, mate, but you can go from the car park to the press pitch. You can't go where we go.
That's true. That's true. You're one of the best referees. You are probably the best referee in the world. To get that credential the first time, do you remember what that meant to you?
It's one of the things that I hold on to. It's one of the things that I keep.
Oh, I do, is
the credentials. And, you know, I've been with the UFC now for 14 years.
Jesus.
So there's a lot. There's a lot of credentials from all over the world.
That's mad. You must be one of the first Europeans, full stop, like regardless of media or anything, to be like a regularly, like a guy who is working here, you know?
Yeah, 2008. And the weird thing was, the first UFC I worked, UFC 89, was in Birmingham. It was my hometown.
No way.
And even stranger than that, I was actually drafted in before that. It would have been almost 16 years. But I was still competing at the time. It was kind of a problem to them. It was
a conflict nearly.
Yeah, I know. And, you know, everything was cool. It probably won't surprise you. I have a lint roller. I don't go anywhere without a lint roller.
I have a fucking cockapoo, mate. The dog's just white hair all over me all the
Well, I have a
fucking
Jack
time.
Russell. It's a mini Jack Russell, but
Do you snuggle him?
sometimes. I mean, he's old, mate. He's a cranky bastard.
But I mean, I just can't imagine Marc Goddard hugging his dog and telling him he's a beautiful little boy.
At any point, oh, he's fucking ready to go, mate. I don't mean that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, you mean he's ready to go?
Rumble every day.
Mad. They say like owners and dogs. They say like the dog can be personality-wise like their owners. But I mean, you're so timid. That's a shock to me.
Oh God, yeah, like a reflection. Yeah, well, I'm ready to go too.
No, not you.
You know that,
no.
mate. My mates used to laugh at me because, like, you know, if like Bruce's introduction, you'll see me a lot in the background, and I'm always looking.
Yeah, we have seen you do
I'm looking to make sure there's no like bits of white fluff or something on a black top. If I don't have a belt as well, fucking hell, that wouldn't be good.
It's not happening.
If you wear any form of trouser, tuck something in without a belt, fucking get away from me.
It's bad. It's bad.
Did I stutter?
If you tuck any form of clothing into
how
a jean
intense he is.
or a trouser
That's fucking terrifying.
and you haven't got a belt on, you better have a fucking damn good reason.
I'm afraid I'm doing it. Like as he's saying
No,
this, I'm
you're
like,
not.
am I fucking doing this?
You've got a belt on, but you're not tucked in. You're safe.
Oh yes, Grant.
I'm a fiend for energy drinks.
Really?
Yeah, energy drinks.
Oh, I don't have you down as an energy drink man at all.
Do it, live it, rock it.
What, Monster?
Nah, I'm not. Yeah, sometimes, but Rain, Monster, like in the US, you're spoiled for choice.
Like what is the one you're like, they have my shit here? Yes.
Oh, probably Monster.
Yeah.
And Monster good because in the US they're spoiled for choice, like with the flavors and the variants.
Oh yeah, mad shit.
In the like we were fucking right down the pecking order, but Monster have upped their game. Number 9, and it's your balls, mate.
Courage.
It's your balls. When you go to an event, you know, you need them. As a referee by trade, you're making decisions that might please half of the room and piss off another. You've got a lot at stake.
There's one fight in particular. I was actually only talking to you about this earlier. The guy's holding onto a rear naked choke. He touches the guy as in the fight's over, and the guy doesn't let go. So then Marc has to go basically 2-on-1 and pry the arm off the guy. The guy gets up and he makes a beeline for Marc. And what does Marc do? Go straight fucking towards him, and you just see your man's face going like, oh, I thought he was deadly all of a sudden, to like, oh. But it's a brilliant moment, and I said to you earlier, I said there are referees in that moment that don't react the same, and it's a whole different scene. What's going through your head when a fighter decides suddenly you're the target all of a sudden? Now, I know you fought before. I know you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt for a long time. But, what is going through your head when that happens?
And I think, look...
Is he encroaching on your space, like your territory as far as you're concerned in that situation?
You know, that situation you're talking about, you know, the guy's he's half my size, so it looks... My mate, it's like a dog. It's like a dog chasing a parked car, right? And what are you going to do? And then he realises, but I have to be professional. You know, he's ripping my shirt, but I'm like, I'm not going to start overreacting at that point. And then if he started throwing punches, it would have been different, you know, but he didn't. I'm a human being. I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect. I don't believe in perfection, blah, 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 blah. You know, I've always put the sport first. The last thing kind of sent to bring with me, but have with me, was it's time and space. If I'm doing a main event or it's a world championship fight, I'll get 10 minutes on my own. You know, it's hard in a quiet place, which is hard to do in a fucking sold out stadium.
How do you do that? Yeah.
You get used to it, you know. So I might go to the toilet, so I'll use that as the mental process. You know, say I'm walking, the place is in like a volcano.
So the walk is part of this 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like an emptying process, you know, and then I'll get to a couple of minutes. I'll always make sure that I'm cage side before the first fighter in that fight walks.
What are you thinking when you're walking towards the toilet? Like what you called it an emptying process.
Yeah.
What's going through your head?
I know where I am. I have an appreciation, understanding from where I am, why I'm the person doing what I'm doing. You know, forget about the fights that's happened before. Forget about the fights that's happened last week or the previous with the two fighters. I've already spoke to them in the back, saying it's a procedure thing. The more intense and insane the fight gets, when it goes berserk, I love it.
Love you, Marc. Big hands hurt me actually.
Show me that thing. Look at that little thing. Look at that little thing.
They're fucking faster, yeah. Get into different angles.